me, it's calming. It's very much a meditation kind of process. It's a fun little dialogue because it's not so much what you're forcing the clay to do, but it's more like you suggesting, or like when you push on it a certain way, the clay is going to do its own thing. It's learning that language, like how you communicate with the piece. That's interesting to me.
One of the exciting aspects, I would say, is that everything controls everything else. Soils are where the geology, hydrology, atmosphere, the biosphere, vegetation, animals, everything in the world, soils is where all of it interacts. General levels of soil science you can look at, starting at the physical level of physically the particles in the soil and how they interact, and that's a lot dealing with for example, ceramic artists. A lot of the chemistry that's involved with clay especially controls the way they do things. Then we will also go to several of those for the chemical level as well as biological level.
Everything from chemistry and kiln environments to chemistry of the glazes, every little nuance of ceramics is, I think, based in some sort of field of chemistry. It's like this, kind of a green and a blue, but when you put it on top of the lackluster carbon trap, it becomes this super shiny green, red combination, and it can go anywhere from this color to this color, inches apart. As far as it being kind of like a primitive, kind of childish, kind of fun, I think there's an innocence to that that's worth holding on to. It's kind of like that. It's that silly fun thing that you always go back to, whether it's like a coloring book or something that you enjoy, that's something from your childhood. I think that clay is so entrenched in culture. Like some of the oldest remnants of human civilization are shards of clay, shards of pottery, and I think there's something deeply ingrained in our culture. All culture that it's kind of based around this pottery. It's kind of it bridges that gap through time.
One of the things that really aids in the appreciation of these monoliths is actually understanding why they got that way. So not necessarily just that you have these different colors, but understanding of the specific environment in which these soils can form. And the thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of years that it took to form them, that's the aspect of them that is truly mind-shattering. One of the biggest challenges to scientists is presenting things in a way that is both interesting and easy to understand. And so I think definitely scientists could do to present data in much the same way that she's arranging some of her art installations, in ways that are both intuitive and scientifically relevant. Ways that are, I just say, if you present things artistically, they're much easier to grasp. And yeah, that's something we could learn quite a bit more from artists, of how to present.
Generally has a little bit more of an aesthetical quality to it. It's looking for a certain quality in the way something looks, where science is more looking at, I want to say, like a structure, like maybe, what's involved So maybe it's more process based. I'm not sure, but I know that I can, through my own practice, I definitely can see how one cannot survive without the other. Science takes a certain amount of creativity and spontaneity in order to move forward, and art is the same way. It needs a certain amount of science in order to understand it. So I think, I absolutely think they're completely intermingled.